Just today, actually, the Commonwealth finance ministers are meeting in Washington, D.C., and the subject is debt distress in developing economies. So how can creditor and debtor economies engage better in terms of when we face distress, how do we resolve some of the challenges that we have? How significant an impact do you think this would have, if at all it would have in your view, in terms of the signaling for Kenya?
The only thing we can do is to try to stretch the maturity of the debt that we have so that we buy ourselves space and be able to pay for it over time. So that's the first. The other thing about the signal is, yes, it's true, as Martin said, that globally, central banks are cutting rates because, of course, they fear that economies are growing soft globally. For that reason, they'll try to cut rates. In some cases, it's even negative. Some money might be available. That's really, really true. But the truth is, a global facility borrowed, rather, if you borrow today globally, the interest rate risk might be low. But for Kenya's case, actually, I'm more concerned about the exchange rate risk.
Yeah, sure.
And this is one of the things that Treasury, actually, the Parliament should have been more cautious, should have asked about, because when the Euro bonds and all these things were being brought, we were given the impression that you are borrowing at 2%. Yes, you're borrowing at 2%, but the exchange rate risk is really, really high. Yeah. And it's going to maintain. If you think about the fact that the Kenya shilling has also been, well, at least towards the end of this, towards the middle of this year, it's begun to weaken. You don't know how far it will go and weaken. Most regional currencies have weakened in the last 4 years by at least 11, 12, 13%. If Kenya's currency follows trend, which is its 30-year trend, it shows you that it stays very strong for a while, and then when it weakens by something like 10% all at a go within a year, then we might get low rates in terms of the nominal value, but basically you'll be paying a huge amount because you're paying back that money from Kenya shillings, from Kenyan taxes. Coming to the ministers, I think 10 years ago, 5 years ago even, nobody would have guessed that people would be concerned about debt sustainability and debt distress in African countries. It's a reality now.